go.
Welcome to the Marlon vs. Marlon podcast. And I'm your boy Marlon.
And I'm your boy Marlon.
Join us as two childhood friends go back and forth talking about everything from pop culture, sports, everything in between. We're going to argue. We're going to fight.
Most of the time, I'm always right.
Is that your new thing? You a rhyme?
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Spit bars. Easy.
You see he loses a lot.
Anyways. All right, on today's episode, we're going to, of course, talk about the Cowboys. We'll get into the Chargers. We're 2-2, so we're back even. We'll be all right. Browns and Ravens played last week. We'll get into all the NFL action. We'll get into some NBA action, some over and unders. Also, too, we'll talk about LeBron and some of the college stuff that's been going on. And, let's kick it off. We're actually going to start off with Power. I personally think Power's been going great. Somebody not so much. I think it's a lot of things that are going on. If you're not caught up with Power, spoiler alert. Don't even just watch it after you get to episode 6. But I mean, Proctor's gone. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. So I mean, why don't you think the season is
Tommy
good right now?
Shot up the penthouse for 30 minutes.
It's about 6 or 7 minutes.
No. And then he chased him around and shot up another 6 or 7 minutes. And then, still, no police come. The police don't come until when Ghost gets back?
Yeah, Ghost comes home, then they're in the penthouse.
How
already.
realistic is this? He's in a freaking apartment complex, for God's sake.
It all happened so fast. He snuck through the back. It was probably like 2 minutes total. Police aren't going to get there in 2 minutes.
He's not 2 minutes total, bro.
It was about 2 minutes. I mean, they had to make it seem longer because Tariq took the Elisa Marie out to go get ice cream or whatever, but...
That's how long he was shooting him, bro. They walked all the way to a different part of New York. and Tommy's still shooting. And ain't nobody called the cops yet. Not a siren, not a scream from next door, not a scream from downstairs.
Well, you probably couldn't hear because of guns.
No.
He let off rounds. So
yeah,
I don't...
And in between, he walked around. He walked outside on the balcony.
Had to go find him.
Like, come on, man. This is...
Okay, so is that the only...
The storyline just isn't good anymore. It's to the point where it can be over too.
I mean, it's the finale, so you got to drag it out a little bit, but you got Dre back in the picture. You still have, Lakeisha. She now wants to take out Ghost herself and do like a Holly type thing. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. It doesn't make any sense to me, but right now it's getting ready to get good because Dre saw them rob the bank, so now, or rob the club, so now that's going to be playing a factor. Then on top of that, you got Ghost and Tasha and Tommy. And now with Benny knows now that, I mean, they're cool because of Tariq, but now Ghost and Tommy know that Tommy killed Proctor. So, and then on top of that, now you know that your son helped Tommy kill Proctor?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean, to me, it was super whack. Like, why didn't they talk about it right there? Tommy should have been like, yo, so you told him I killed bro? I killed Proctor? No, he just assumed that Ghost told Vinny that Tommy did it.
It's the only thing that makes sense when you think about it.
No, it doesn't, because if Ghost would have told Tommy that he did it, there would have been an altercation right there.
Well, of course. He's not going to come out and say it right then and there.
Bro.
Like,
Power's going downhill.
What's the last episode? So it's a lot of stuff that you have to kind of play out. It's sped up too, because I don't know if they have, because remember, I think it was episode 3 where they had 12 episodes, and then they cut it down to, I think one of the seasons was 8, and then now it's 10. So there's a lot of stuff that has to go on.
Yeah, because Stars was reading this shit, and they were like, you're only getting 3 episodes this season. This shit is trash.
Man, but 50 did come out and say there's going to be a Power Book 2. So the Power Book 2 is going to be, I think, Ghost, Tommy, and Kanan before everything happened. So that's going to be interesting in itself, too. So
I'd rather see, at this point, Tyreek and his little girlfriend from school start their own show. Start a spinoff. Better Call Saul or something. Spinoff. I'm done with Tommy and Ghost trying to kill each other and helping each other out at the same time.
And then on top of that, the girl who was playing the double agent, that's something else to think about too. So she essentially, like, And then you can see on the preview of the next episode how Tariq was over there going to Dre. Dre was trying to give him product or whatever. So it's man, don't be surprised if Tariq and
should
Ghost
be dead.
are at a standoff.
Tariq should be dead already.
Damn, he's a kid, man.
Doing grown-up things, and that's what happens.
We always bad before.
You was selling dope for the Russians or whoever they are.
The Italians.
Italians.
I mean, well, but that doesn't mean
You
to die.
You stole from the Italian mob. That's what you did when you was a kid, and you lived through it.
With him being alive, it obviously makes the storyline better.
But
with
it's not. It's so
everybody being
unrealistic.
alive.
Bro, shot up the apartment for 30 minutes and nobody came. Bro, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Austin, what's up?
Austin.
Yeah, so
D Hargrove, big bro, was good. Was that Jesse? JG, what's up?
yeah, so I don't know, man.
But yeah, power's getting out of hand, man.
Nah, it's gonna
they
be
gotta
good.
go.
We got 4 more episodes left.
P.
It's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
All right, so we can talk about these Cowboys now and get it out the way. Oh, blown out. Well, no, they didn't get blown out.
Come on, look at them.
All
Just
right,
hate.
well, they
The
didn't
hate
get blown
comes
out.
right away.
Well, I told you they was gonna lose and they lost.
We lost. But I'm not going to come on here and talk crazy. We took the Cowboys, I'm saying, about 3 steps back. I was watching a different game. I guess I was watching the game differently than everybody else. But if you look at weeks 1 through 3, you can talk about the opponent all you want. But the play calling was completely night and day. This was like a flashback from the past 2 seasons play calling. First down, we're running the ball to Zeke. We're getting 2 yards. Second and third down, now we're passing. Second down is a screenplay. Third down, we're trying to pass for a first down.
Mm-hmm.
Corners are just sitting on routes. Defensive line looks great because you're only running the ball on first down. Zeke had like 30 yards, bro.
Yeah.
And it's not because they're a great defense. They're just
not.
gave up 30 points the week before or something like that. So it's not like the defense is great. Defense is amazing. And it's not like the Cowboys or the noise was a factor or anything like that. What I feel happened, the stage might have been too big for us this week. All the hype building up to the game, Sunday night, the crowd noise is going to be a factor. This is going to be a factor. This is going to be a factor. And we went in there and got beat by a backup quarterback and a kicker. Didn't score no touchdowns. Defense played all right, but didn't force any. Phil said Niner game. We're not talking about y'all. We're going to see y'all next week with the Browns, Monday.
Like I've been saying to you, you guys haven't played anybody. To play, now you know that's true. You can't be happy about a Giants
Did we play somebody
win.
this week?
Yes, and you lost. You can't be happy about a Giants win, a Redskins win, and a Dolphins win. You can't be happy with that. You guys have not faced a real team. This is my thing. This is the biggest test that you guys had, and I'm not saying you guys had a horrible game because it's not easy to win in that environment.
But see, that's fake. That's fake news.
What's fake news?
The-
It's easy to win in New Orleans.
We scored 10 points. That's why we lost. You don't win in the NFL scoring 10 points. You just don't do it. Let's look at the scores from last week. Who scored 10 points and won?
Nobody.
Because you don't score 10 points. The defense did their job. You hold a team out the end zone. I wish they would have created another turnover later in the game, but we couldn't punch the ball in. We had one drive, the first drive of the third quarter. We got stopped, got the ball back, picked up tempo, spread the ball around. I think it was like 7 pass plays, 5 run plays. Zeke scored that touchdown. That was
touchdown in the game.
That was the most aggressive play calling we had the whole game. The rest of the game, we looked like 2018, 2017. Shy, intimidated about the scene. And that's what it was, bro. It wasn't because the Saints are a great team.
They're not, but you guys haven't faced a decent team. All the 3 teams that you played, they were either rebuilding, quarterback issues, or tanking, or whatever the case is. You can't sit here and say you've had a real test before Sunday because you haven't.
This is what I'll say, because I've been saying this all year, right?
Yeah.
Good teams play to the level do not play to the level of their competition. I feel like the Cowboys played down to the Saints this week, and they lost because of it. I don't think the Saints are that good of a team. I'll stand by that. Kamara didn't kill. Mike Thomas didn't have a killer game. They just moved the ball, got in the field goal range, and kicked field goals, bro. You're not supposed to. You don't win games in the NFL scoring 10 points, and you're not supposed to win them in the NFL scoring 12 points.
It was a defensive game, but with Teddy,
It was a defensive game.
you didn't score points, therefore it was a defensive game.
See, I call it I call it bad play calling, but I watched it for the past 2 years, so that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, and also too from the Saints side, you got Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, who some would say is a starting quarterback for a few teams out there, which I don't think he is, but it's in an offense that you see how valuable Drew Brees is to that offense. And with Kamara, you can easily stack the box and play one-on-one against Thomas and know that they're probably going to run the ball more than they're going to pass. So it was a defensive game. I think the environment was one of the biggest factors. But you said it's probably play calling, which it probably was. So I don't know, but it was just one of the biggest tests.
The only reason I say that it wasn't the noise, it wasn't all that, because that first drive in the third quarter, and you guys probably aren't all Cowboys fans like I am, but if you go rewatch the game, it's a completely different team. In that first drive of the third quarter, play calling's different, the tempo's different. Mm-hmm. When you go punch a team in the mouth, the crowd quiets down. It's amazing how it works.
Yeah.
when you put a defense on the heels and they looking bad, the crowd stops cheering, and that's just what happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That drive, 11 plays, 80 yards.
Yeah.
Their first drive for the second half.
But also, I mean, I'm not making excuses or anything, but in any sporting event, everybody's late to come back to their seats, so that probably helped you guys.
Well, and then
after
also,
halftime.
And then also we had 2 drives that were going into the Saints territory where one Jason Witten fumbled.
Yeah, that hurts you.
And then one where Zeke fumbled. 2 guys that don't fumble very often.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's why I said I wish the defense would have gave us a turnover late and changed the game around. But they didn't, and we lost.
Yeah.
Still in first place.
Anyways, all right, transitioning to a team that did get a W last week. We them boys.
You've been taking notes.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Anyways, Chargers steamroll against the Dolphins. I believe it was 30 to 10. But you were so happy about that win, and now I play the same team.
Okay, no. You called us a close game when we won by 25,
in the first,
and you guys won by 20. So is this a close game?
In the first half,
is this a close game?
It was close. In both games in the first half, it was close. Because I remember y'all was in a group chat laughing. Oh yeah, 10-7 Chargers, blah blah blah. Like it was
in the group chat is funny.
Yeah, I know. But y'all wasn't laughing after the final score.
Who cares? So, I really thought y'all was going to lose to the Dolphins.
Okay, all right. Put some respect on us. That's all I'm saying.
You're a third place team.
We still going to make playoffs, though.
Good luck.
Are we not?
I don't think they have that many wild card spots.
All right, so you had a question about the Chiefs that I brought up last week. So Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys saw last week's episode, but one of the major questions was, who's going to look good against the Chiefs? Who's going to look good against the Chiefs?
Lions are a good team.
Oh, okay.
They beat us.
Oh, okay. They smacked y'all. No, they didn't
smack us. Come on now. I just think that everybody underestimates the Lions because the Lions have always been a team that hasn't been good for a while.
We underestimate them because they tied the Cardinals. But keep going.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, the Lions, they've showed a lot of heart. And Stafford's always going to be that. If he got broken ribs, a broken leg, he's going to get out there and he's going to still try to play.
For sure.
Yeah, and then you got Galladay and you got different guys out the backfield. So, I mean, they're not going anywhere. They're not going to make the playoffs, but, you know, they put up a good fight. And this was the first game Patty Mahomes actually played in a dome, which was surprising of his NFL career. So everybody thought it was going to be a straight blowout. And the Lions put up a good fight, and they actually had trouble scoring. And also, too, with Patty Mahomes, he had a streak for 2 touchdowns in a game, and he was at the 14, and Peyton Manning was at 15, and this broke the streak. But, I mean, they got the W, so, you know, stats like that don't matter. But, yeah, so it was and then do you see the hook and ladder with Kelsey and Shady?
Kelsey is so aware on the football field. I think that goes unnoticed a lot of times, but he's dope. He's dope. I don't like the play. I don't think it was as hyped as it should have been. Like, I think it was a little overhyped. Got him an extra 5 or 10 yards. But
it was still a dope play, though.
No, it was a dope play for sure. I won't hate on it.
So.
But the point is, you can look good against the Chiefs. They're not untouchable. And that was my point the other day when you said, who's gonna look good against the Chiefs? Anybody, bro. You just gotta and to another one of my points is, like he just said, the Lions look good in a loss. I've been saying that all year. You can play well and lose. You can play good and win, or you can play bad and win, which we saw with the Saints. I don't think the Saints are happy with the way they perform. They're not going to win a lot of games like that.
Yeah, they got a W.
But you can still,
look bad and win. With you guys being one of the top teams in the league, I'm sure everybody has you in the power ranking somewhere between
4,
6 and
4.
10.
I saw 4.
You
today.
guys ain't not today. After
No, I
that
saw
loss,
4 after, yeah.
I don't know about that.
It was
Who was
it
that?
was Patriots,
Was that
Chiefs.
Marlon's?
No, it was Patriots, Chiefs, Saints, us. That's what I saw.
What website?
It was Bleacher Report on one of those. Yes, JG. The Chiefs secondary's trash. Bad. Like super bad.
Yeah, they've always been. Their secondary's never been good. I think they got
But that's what I'm saying. You got to make them boys
Honey
play.
Badger. It's not gonna.
And then isn't it like 3 weeks in a row now that they haven't scored in the first half, and they still won? They went a long time with our first quarter. I mean,
Yeah, I was about to say because I remember when they played the Raiders, Mahomes scored 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. So, yeah, and then just looking some of the drives, like they fumbled a lot, fumbled twice. Like the Chiefs didn't have a great game, but they were luckily enough to pull it out and win. So, all right. So I know you want to talk about the Browns and the Ravens. So.
oh yeah, I hope y'all seen last week. I've been talking about the Browns and how not so good the Ravens were, not trash like you kept trying to say. But I've been saying for the past couple weeks, even though the Browns are off to a slow start, they're still the best team in that division right now.
Only because Big Ben's hurt.
Well, and because Juju can't get open now that
So
AB's not getting double teamed.
You're
over
agreeing
there.
with me
What?
that they're the best team right now because Big Ben's hurt.
And because they don't have Le'Veon Bell in the backfield and they don't have AB attracting the double team, so Juju gets open.
I mean, we'll never know with injuries. We can either play that road of, oh yeah, this person's hurt, or woulda, coulda, shoulda. We can go down that road.
Nobody's talking about the third or fourth. I don't even know if they're in third or fourth place, the Steelers. But we're talking about
they actually got to win on Monday. So
we're talking
they're in
about
third.
the Ravens that you've been raving about, pun intended.
Yeah.
And how I told you they was gonna go in there and get dog walked like they did.
It's you can't win every game. You should know a lot about that. So
nobody said anything about going undefeated.
No.
We were talking about these two teams.
Yeah.
These two teams.
I'll give you that. It was a game that Cleveland dominated from front to back. Jarvis Landry finally woke up and had a monster game, and Nick Chubb with the 84-yard run. He had a beast game. So it was a game that Cleveland dominated front to back. I don't know if the Ravens didn't game plan as much as they should have because Cleveland didn't look as good as they're supposed to be. I don't know. And then that's the thing. Whenever those rivalry games, are played, normally the home team has a lot of advantage just because it's just a heated rivalry and you're playing at home. But
this is the other thing too. The
It was
Ravens
tough.
have to play with the lead because
he can't come from behind. He can't come from behind.
if you're sitting back in passing downs against,
He's not.
he's not that good a quarterback. I've been saying this.
I don't think we know yet. We've seen what happened now, and I think they scored a last touchdown in garbage time. So
Yeah,
the
it
score,
wasn't as close as it.
the score should have been worse than what it is. But
What was the final score?
40 to 25.
Oh,
And it should have
yeah.
been. I think it was 40 to 18 is what was the score before that touchdown with like 10, 15 seconds left. But yeah, Lamar isn't, and then you could drop everybody back. He's not going to scramble because he needs to throw to advance the ball. So
he's very effective. If you look at their top 5 receivers, I think 3 of them are tight ends, and one of them is a running back, and one of them is a receiver. He's really effective in play action after they got the running game going, but that's hard to do when you're playing from behind. When a team comes out and punches you, scores a touchdown or 2 on the first couple drives, that whole offense, it's not the same.
Yeah. So, speaking of something that's not the same, NFL with these hits, they didn't throw as many flags as they used to, but now with these helmet-to-helmets, they're cracking down and getting serious, and Vontaze Burfict's dumb butt still is headbutting people, and he's suspended for the year. Thank God. He shouldn't be allowed back in the league. This guy is constantly, over and over again. Because remember 2 years ago, he had that hit with AB.
You're not going to get no agreement from me. If he played 20 years ago, he'd be defensive player of the year. So I think the NFL has gotten very, very soft. Yes, he should get flagged. I don't even think people should be getting fined for some of this stuff. I was watching one game where a guy got helmet-to-helmet contact because the runner lowered his head at the last minute trying to get extra yards. Mm-hmm. That's not the defender's fault. Like, people get hurt trying to protect themselves from hitting somebody in the head. Like, that's how you get hurt, trying to pull up at the last minute and getting ran over or something like that.
Yeah.
Bro, the NFL is too soft when it comes to this stuff. It's a contact collision sport. You're going to get these kind of things. You start at a young age knowing you can get hurt playing football. Nobody's out here trying to hurt people intentionally. I don't think he's doing that. I do think he's trying to send a message, just like the Ronnie Lotts of the world used to do, just like those kind of guys that he probably grew up watching. I don't think he's out here intentionally trying to hurt people.
Yes, he is.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think he's from a different culture.
He's a dirty player. You gonna say he's not dirty?
No.
Wow. So he's just out there playing football.
Yeah, and trying to send a message intentionally.
I understand that, but there's a way that you do it. He continues to
can't
lead
do it
with the.
anymore.
Yes, you can. You
Who
can lead with the
does it now?
shoulder.
Who does it now?
Everybody else that doesn't get a flag.
Who does it? Who's an intimidator in defense in the NFL?
There's a bunch of people.
Name one then.
Derwin James.
No.
Yes, any
No.
person that I name out, you're just gonna say no.
Because he's not an intimidator.
Okay, well you go run across the middle.
Bro.
And not be scared. You're gonna be scared. I don't care who you are. Like
There's a reason every receiver in the league. There used to be, I don't know if you guys are old enough watching this to remember, but there used to be only a handful of guys that would go across the middle. There was your Hines Wards. There was your Steve Smiths. These kind of guys that would go
that
over the
love
middle.
to get hit.
Because, no, they were tough enough to get hit.
You
had a lot of big-time receivers that wouldn't go over the middle. They just wouldn't do it because that was a no-fly zone, bro. That was part of football until 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
And why are they starting to crack down on this now?
Because people are getting hurt. They've been getting hurt for the past 50 years. This is NFL's 100th year. So, I'm sorry, 90 years they were getting hurt.
Okay, so because they care about the safety of them when they're 50 and 60 and not killing themselves.
So lawsuits.
That's safety too.
Lawsuits.
So essentially, okay. Now let's flip this.
Because
let's,
no. Let's not act like the NFL just found out about people getting hurt.
Okay,
or
but let's put the shoe on the other
injuries.
foot. And then if people are running around and head diving and it's bad enough people are still getting carted off the field for various things. So let's just let them just essentially just kill themselves on the field until one person dies. Then we're gonna stop.
I don't know if you understand the world we come from and live in, but gladiators was the biggest sport of its time. Do you remember what they used to do? They would fight to the death.
But this isn't Gladiator.
No, it's entertainment, bro.
Yes, but they're not made to put people in the hospital.
Why not?
Why not?
This has been football for 100 years.
So you play to put somebody in the hospital. That's what you're saying?
No, you don't play to put somebody in the hospital. I don't think he's playing I think he's playing to send a message. What I'm saying is the NFL cares when the lawsuits started coming.
I'll put it to you like this. If you have a family member, and I know you have family members that play sports, if you have a family member that's in the league and end up getting carted off the field like that, you'd be pissed.
Mm-hmm. I would.
Okay then.
I was pissed when I seen Reggie. Reggie got hurt on the asphalt in one of the stadiums. I was pissed.
Was it with the Niners?
Yeah. But whose fault is that? It's the NFL's fault, right? He filed a grievance, I believe, against the league and won.
Yeah. I remember.
That's the NFL's fault.
Okay, but we're talking about.
But you know what they care about? They care about the field, the stands being as close as possible to the field, so they can sell all the extra tickets.
Get more money.
This is what it's about money, bro. And that's why do you think they haven't just removed the kickoff from the game yet? Because they're trying their damnedest to.
They've moved it up.
They've moved it up.
Yeah.
In college, you can even call a fair catch in the field of play,
and you can't do the wedges.
You can't have wedges anymore. Just take it out the game. You know why they won't? Because it's still entertaining.
Yes, it is.
I don't believe the NFL cares that
is.
much about the players. I believe they care about the backlash that comes from guys getting hurt more than they care about the actual guy getting hurt. It's next guy up.
I disagree, man. We can go back and forth all day, but I disagree. All right, moving on. The Rams, they got blown out by, of all team, the Bucks. So I'll just ask right now.
Who can look good against the Rams? They're the Rams, though. It's the Rams. Oh, Jameis Winston can look good against the Rams?
I don't know. I don't know what that was.
So this is why, like I said earlier, this is why the Cowboys were still in the top 5, because the teams that were above them, they don't look that good, guys. The NFL is wide open right now. Everybody can get beat. Everybody can.
And what did I tell you week 1? Teams don't show their identity till later on in the season.
I've been telling you.
What have you been telling me?
That these teams that you've been raving about are not that good.
Like who?
The Eagles.
Okay.
The Eagles were a Devontae Adams injury away from a loss on Sunday.
A win is a win.
He had 180 yards.
Carson didn't look good.
And he wouldn't throw the ball to anybody else. I don't think Carson looks good. I had this conversation the other day.
Well, no, actually, no. Here, you're since you care about your fantasy so much, Jimmy Graham had the opportunity to catch 2 touchdown passes, and they would have won a game, but he dropped those. So what about that?
He dropped them.
Okay, then.
One was a one-handed catch in the back.
It didn't matter. It touched his hand. He should have caught it.
I'm sorry. I forgot. You got.
Just like Randall Cobb at your game was that game? Yeah, when Dak was on the run and he
threw it behind him.
No, he threw it in front of him.
No.
Yes, it was in the end zone. No, you look back. It was in the end zone.
Oh, you talking about the one in the end zone? I'm talking about the one
I'm talking about that one.
I'm talking about the one at the end of the game that would have kept the drive going to win the game.
Yeah. Well, that's all I'm saying, man.
You better say hi. I see somebody just logged in.
Who? Uh-oh.
He's going to be on his best behavior now.
All right. Getting hot in here, man.
So anyway, I've been saying the Rams weren't that good. I do think the Rams are still a Super Bowl contender. But as I told you earlier on in the season, and you agree, we don't know the health of Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
He's coming back every week. He gets a little more and more healthy, gets a little more touches, but we still don't know.
No, they're saying that he's a little mad. Him and the organization aren't getting along because I think they're trying to save him for the long haul, and he's like, let me go. But you got too many
in my contract.
You got too many injuries, and we need you. Like, because let's say, for instance, they make the playoffs, then you'd want to use him, and that way you can actually utilize him effectively in the Super Bowl versus giving him, I don't know how many carries and having roly-poly running in there for you. So
they don't even have him anymore, do they? They
no.
Still have him?
CJ's gone.
But I will say this also is you don't want it to be a situation where you get to the playoffs and he hasn't had the touches and he hasn't felt the contact that he should have throughout the year. And now you're putting it. I think he's good enough to show up and play, but that's still a tough situation to put in your star back.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need him in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because Jared Goff, it just shows that he can't do it by himself. Cooper Kupp has been playing great. Robert Woods, I haven't really seen him.
Team.
Last place.
I'm actually in second to last place, like you guys.
Anyways, so speaking of somebody that's in the last place or second to last place, Cam is.
Why are we still talking about Cam Newton on this podcast?
No, it's gonna be real quick. I just want to say, I think Cam, if what's this guy's name, Allen or whoever the guy's name is.
I don't watch Panthers
whoever
games.
The backup is, he's actually playing really decent, and Cam might be done. It's best to keep him out. The energy, the vibe is different when they're playing, and they actually are 2-2 now. So
I don't care.
They're actually playing all right. So
if they make the playoffs, so I'll give them a shout out on this podcast. I won't talk about them until then. Christian McCaffrey.
You guys play the NFC South?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, yeah, we got to play at least one more because we played the Saints.
No, that don't mean nothing. You guys always play each other every year.
No.
Yeah, yes.
Not every year.
Just about, yeah.
But
you guys, just because that rivalry.
It's not even a rivalry.
Yes, it is. All the people that came over here after Katrina.
They went to Houston.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying it's not like we haven't played an important game because I'm a Cowboys fan. We never played an important game against them since like.
Okay. How long you been living here?
How long have I been a Cowboy fan?
No, how long you been living here? Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
The Cowboys don't play on TV.
They do, but I'm just
so
saying
I would know if they played an important game against the Saints.
Okay, all right, you got.
Like we beat the Saints last year, and all the Saints fans were mad at us, but it didn't matter because we lost the playoffs, and they kept going.
You guys do that all the time. All right, so you got some stuff you want to say about LeBron? Go for it. LP,
LeBron?
What up?
What'd he say?
No,
he requested join.
Requested who?
I think he said it requested join. I don't know. Bro, it says I got a poor connection, LP.
All right, we're gonna stop it.
Wait, let me get my
Go
LeBron
ahead.
moment off. So, I don't know if everybody out there seen it. I don't know if you've seen it. The governor of California signed a bill, the Fair Pay to Play Act, for NCAA. Well, for California, college players will now have the right, are coming up, they'll have the right to be paid when their likeness is used. So video games, jersey sales,
Everything.
if they want to sign autographs, those type of things. In California, they're going to be able to do so coming up. Now, of course, the big bad NCAA is fighting back and trying to basically get the other 49 states against them because it's, California's going to have an unfair recruiting advantage now and blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to have other states block that.
Yeah.
so their case is stronger. But what I think you'll see happen in the next couple years is other states actually join in.
Yeah.
And this is sending the NCAA, the billion-dollar business that doesn't pay the athletes anything but a free scholarship, which, as a lot of you guys know, it's not as expensive as it's costing as it's costing regular folks anyway. But I think this is super dope. Now, how this ties into LeBron James and where I go off on my LeBron James tangent is this is why LeBron James, to me, is one of the greatest athletes that I've ever seen in my generation. Yes, he's arguably the greatest basketball player of all time.
Philanthropist, all that.
But this took place on the uninterrupted network, HBO The Shop, which is, people think it's his show. It's Maverick Carter, one of his best friend shows. But the thing I love most about LeBron is how he not only had his group of friends and brought them along with them, if you will, but he's enabled them to branch off and become millionaires and successful business people in their own fields in which they love to do work, whether it's Uninterrupted with Maverick Carter or Clutch Sports, who's been in the news a lot the last couple of years with Rich Paul, the agency, who's also been going after against the NCAA heads up.
Not to mention the school.
The I Promise School in Akron, Ohio, where LeBron is from. But in so many different ways, yes, he's an amazing athlete. He's an amazing basketball player. But I think a lot of times when we see people who make it to the league, a lot of times, some of them don't ever talk to their friends again from high school or from college, whatever the case is. And then you have some people who are unique and they allow them to work for them, whether it's a driver, a security guard, whatever, and they pay him that way, but they become dependent. LeBron, yes, he's a transcendent talent, and yes, he's used that ability. And if he wasn't this great of an athlete, maybe he doesn't have this platform in the first place. But the fact that he does and he uses it as well as he does, I think it's amazing. Yes, the governor signing the bill on any platform would have been a big deal, but the fact that he did it on that show,
on that platform,
with those guys who've been making noise the last couple of weeks, like I said, Rich Paul was fighting with the NCAA. Jim Boeheim, when he lost the kid, they had a recruit that was supposed to go to Syracuse. One of Rich Paul's clients, he signed him, got him $1 million internship at New Balance, and now he's going to enter the draft next year. So they're just making so many waves, and they're going against a system that's been ran the wrong way for a very long time. And I love the fact that they're fighting back against it. As a former college athlete, I know, like, you don't have time to get a job, bro. You could be in a classroom with 50 other kids, and 15 of them might not have to work because their parents got money, but the other 30 are, however other many, I don't know what I said in the beginning, but however many other kids, they can go get a job, whether it's in the student store, whether it's in, the bookstore, whatever, and make money to support themselves while in school. Yes, you're on a scholarship, but I don't think a lot of people know a scholarship isn't much money, like in your pocket. So
it goes quick.
and it's towards your school. But if everybody out there, if you went to college or if you had that college experience, maybe I meet a girl and I want to take her to a movie.
Something.
I literally didn't have money in college to do stuff like that. And on a full ride, like it's not. And I was at a Division II school. So you say, oh, you're at D2. No, I have a lot of friends that played at D1s on full scholarships who will tell you the same thing. I'm not going to mention the ones who will tell you that, no, we just, how you get around that NCAA stuff, but that happens too. But, it is what it is, but I'm glad to see it just because it's going to be a change, a well-needed change. And I think any time a monster like that has to change a little bit, I think it's good for everybody else.
I mean, and well said, just about being able to grow up with these guys and take them along and create jobs for them and have them all have their own ventures and become millionaires. And it's a beautiful feeling.
And
So
ultimately become their own bosses.
Yeah.
And working
Yeah.
with LeBron instead of for
Instead of
LeBron.
for him,
I think that's huge.
Yeah. And
Because
so then,
they're independent millionaires at this point.
and so, because I mean, we know LeBron helped the circle, but we don't know how many other people he's helped along the way, that family and friends that might not be in a circle, but and then you help them out to get their own stuff, and then from there they're spreading it out, and now everybody has their own type of business going on. So, speaking of a monster, we're actually going to transition over to the over and under picks for the NBA season. Preseason just started. We saw a lot of media day stuff go on over the week, so we're just going to hop right into it. Since we're talking about LeBron, let's go to the Lakers. Over or under 51 wins for the Lakers.
I can see him. I see him right there, 51, 50. In the low 50s. I give him low 50s.
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna get. Last year I predicted 54 in the 3rd seed. Look how that landed. But I think one thing you have to factor in is if LeBron goes out on an injury, will AD be able to take over the team as he should? Will Kuzma? We saw Kuzma have an ankle injury when he was with Team USA, and which led to him getting cut. So if LeBron does go out, we know, what is he, 36, 37 now? Mm-hmm. So LeBron is showing signs of being human. So now let's see. I mean, we got, like I said, AD, and we got Danny Green. We got some additions. So
yeah, I'm with you, Cam. I see you out there, bro. Killer Cam, one of the best barbers in San Diego. But I do think they're deeper than they were in the past.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb and say LeBron wasn't as hurt as he led on last year.
Took his time.
He took his time. There's no reason to come back last year.
For what?
They're not beating. They're not winning.
But I mean, we were the 4th seed when we came back, when he got hurt, and so then from there he comes back and we're nowhere in playoff contention. So, and we actually ended the season with 37 wins. So that hurts. We weren't even that hurts. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna.
And don't forget Dwight Howard.
Dwight.
Hey Cam, you crazy, bro?
Dwight gonna surprise some people, man. I don't even know you can, but Dwight he gonna surprise some people, man. We gonna have the legit Twin Towers down low. I don't hope we would never play JaVale and Dwight at the same time, but and then AD and
bad basketball. But I will say this: Dwight looks like he's in probably the best shape of his life.
Yeah, looks good.
But you're now at this point in his career, and with the roster you have, you're asking a lot less of Dwight than you did last.
We don't need him to be the guy.
No, he only needs 15 minutes a game, production wise, maybe 5 to 8 points. Yeah, and then give me 9, 8 rebounds.
Yeah, because him and JaVale will switch off, and AD. I understand why he doesn't want to play the 5. Pau Gasol never liked to play the 5 when he was with the Lakers. He still didn't like to play the 5. Yeah. But I understand. I get it. You want to be able to shoot and be free and not have to bang with some of those guys down low. So, yeah.
The 5 position is getting a little better in the NBA, but it's still kind of watered down.
Oh, yeah. All right. Staying with LA, the Clippers over or under 54 wins.
I think them and the Lakers are going to be 1 and 2 in the West.
Ooh,
that's my prediction. Ooh. And I actually have the Clippers getting a 1 seed. I don't know if it's by much, but I do. I will say this: I like how hard the Clippers played last year. Mm-hmm. They didn't lose much, and then the 2 guys they added played just as hard as the Pat Beverleys of the world. The defense is gonna be nice. The Montrezl Harrells of the world, like
the defense is gonna be nice.
That's a good team that plays really, really hard, and I think that goes overlooked a lot in the NBA. Effort is actually a talent. Yeah. Like playing hard is a talent nowadays, and it sounds terrible, and it's really bad that it's gotten to that point. Mm-hmm. But hard work is actually a skill that scouts look for. Yeah. Playing hard.
Yeah. And also too, Paul George is gonna be out for I think a month or 2. Shoulder. I don't know if it's both shoulders or just one shoulder, but he's always had some shoulder surgery, and it could be something minor, but he's not going to be ready for the start of the season. But I see them winning 55. I'll give them maybe the 2nd or the 3rd seed in the West, but they're going to be a problem in the West, and I don't think any team's looking forward to.
Shout out to Miss Audrey. I see you. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you.
All right, Houston Rockets, 54 wins. They did add Russ, who knows how they're gonna.
That's my third place team in the West.
Okay.
I got them in third, right behind the Clippers and Lakers.
Okay.
Just because when those guys were running their own teams, we saw them lose a lot of games that they probably should have won, or we feel they should have won.
You know they got Tyson?
Yeah. I was watching them yesterday, though.
Oh, yeah. Did you know before that?
No.
Yeah.
I think Ben McLemore is actually a better pickup than Tyson Chandler, just because he gives them another one of those Eric Gordon type of scorers off the bench. Versatile, plays off of that lead guard pretty well. So I think Ben McLemore is a big pickup for them. But yeah, I got them just because, again, with OKC all those years, I feel like Russ lost a lot of games that he probably should have won. And with the Rockets, we've seen them traditionally lose some games that they probably should have won too. So,
yeah. All right, Golden State 48.5. I'll go ahead and start off. I still think they'll get over 50 wins. They still have one of the best players in the world. Draymond is. I still think Draymond.
Wait.
What?
You weren't referring to Draymond.
No. Steph. I hope everybody knows to talk about Steph. No.
I was about to leave. About to walk out.
I still think Draymond's underrated. He does a lot for that team, and he's gonna be fine to get his and make sure he facilitates and all that. And then you got Klay coming back around All-Star break, so I think the team is gonna be okay. And then you got D'Angelo Russell, so that's gonna be very interesting to see how he plays in with them, but I know they'll make him feel right at home. And was it a sign and trade that they got him on? Yeah, so it wasn't
the Nets.
Yeah,
kind of bad.
Yeah, so and I think didn't KD get mad and said, "Y'all can't trade me straight up. You gotta do something else." So yeah.
I'll say, it's kind of funny how we did this. This is my fourth place team in the West. I think that them losing KD and the rest of the West getting so much better hurts them. When Draymond was most effective, it's because the floor is so spread out, and it'll still be spread out. But the one thing KD added to that team that they're gonna have a problem replacing is I can get you a bucket whenever you want it. We saw Klay Thompson when he was alone. ISO not the best ISO guy. You still got Steph. He's still gonna do Steph-like things. But we also saw that that's not enough at times. I think D'Lo picks up a little bit. But if you think you're plugging in D'Angelo Russell for KD and you're getting the same production, I'm sorry, Warriors fans. That's not how that works. Nah. And I like D-Russ. I'm a fan. I went to, me and AJ went to his going away party in LA when he left the Lakers.
Okay.
But yeah, man, he's not. Those are big shoes to fill for anybody.
All right, so last team in the West, we got the Pelicans. You got additions, Lonzo, and I'm drawing a blank right now.
I'm not talking about no teams from New Orleans this week.
Woo! Too soon?
Way too soon.
Still bleeding?
I hope they lose all their games.
I don't think they'll make playoffs. I don't see them winning any more than 40.
Oh, they're in the West.
45.
Huh?
Yeah, they're in the West. So I can't see them. West is too, because you got to think you got Portland. You have Phoenix. They're always
not Phoenix.
No,
not Phoenix.
I'll say Phoenix. Phoenix is a tough team, man.
Hey, DeAndre, big little bro, love you, but no. And who else? D Book's one of my favorite players in the NBA. So I'm not just hating on the Suns. I like those guys. But
I think they'll be. I don't think they'll make playoffs, but I think they're going to be around that range of players.
I wish Devin Booker would have turned down that money. I know you can't do that as young as he is, but I would have loved to see him playing even with like a Portland or somebody
else
next to one of those guys, because Dame's not going to leave Portland. But if he could have went up there and joined them, I think that would have been dope. But who else? You got the Jazz in the West,
Sacramento,
the Spurs.
And the Jazz. I think, of course, Denver's going to be at least top 5, maybe.
But see, Denver to me is one of those teams that just plays hard. I think their effort is better than their talent.
Yeah, they're not going nowhere in the playoffs, but they're going to be there. And then you got to think the Spurs always make that 6th, 7th, or 8th spot somehow.
Yeah, I'm not counting. That's the one person in that bottom 8 that I'm not counting against.
They always
I'm not betting against Pop. I don't care who he put on the floor. Me and you, we going to make the playoffs with Pop.
I'm not going out there with my Achilles. Oh, I got one good Achilles. You do too.
I got 2 good Achilles. I just got a good belly now too. That's what's holding me back.
All right, now finishing off with the East, we'll go ahead and start off with the Raptors, the world champion Raptors. Obviously you lose Kawhi, but
we're not calling them the world champion.
I mean, you got to put some respect on them, So, what do you think? Over or under? I'm sorry. Over or under 45?
I just want to say how happy I am for Norman Powell, man. Kid straight from the Southeast, like Lincoln High School. Seen him come up from when they coach used to bring, it was 5 of them. They had a good team. I don't know if you remember the twins that went to Oregon and played football.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was them two, Norman. They had a squad, bro. But he made it, went to UCLA, now been in the league for I think 7 or 8 years now, or 6 or 7 years now. And just much love to you, bro. Much respect, making it from where we come from and sticking to it, finding you a niche. With all that being said, they're not winning 45 games.
No respect for Kyle Lowry? I don't have no respect. Well, I don't want to say I have no respect for him, but they ain't doing
Sheesh.
nothing, man.
I got a lot of respect for the guy.
I mean, I got respect for him, but he's not a guy that's going to lead a team.
Are you a big college basketball fan?
To anything. Yeah.
Do you remember when he was in college at Villanova? When he had Allen Ray?
Yeah.
And I thought he was the 3rd best guard on that team. And that's not. They had Foy. Foy played with the Clippers for a lot of years. Then they had a guy named Allen Ray. Man,
Yeah,
we're not giving the Hive that much love, Brandy, okay? We know you went to Lincoln. We know.
All right, now we're going to go to Boston.
Ryan Milligan said they're not going past the first round. I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say
Ryan.
what team you talk about, but I'm with you.
Yeah, nah. All right, so now we're going to go to Boston. They're going to be over under 50 wins. Of course,
Boston?
You got Kemba. You lost Kyrie, Al Horford. Rozier's gone. I like Rozier, too.
Rozier's one of those talented guys that plays really hard, man. I don't know. I think the Celtics have... I think the Celtics take a step back this year. I'm a big Kemba fan ever since he made my boy fall at Pitt in the NCAA tourney.
Nasty.
Or was that was in the conference tourney, I think. But anyway, I'm a big Kemba fan. I just think they lost a lot. Like, I don't think they have the same year they've had the past couple years.
And then we just saw them
under 49.5.
Yeah, same. And we just saw them fall apart as a team. We thought they were going to be, in the finals. Kyrie said he was staying, and then we just saw them just break down as the years went. I mean, they finished with 49 wins, but I think everybody thought they were going to be close to like high 50s.
But it's a different number 11 now.
Oh, I get it.
And his Cantor's not winning them 49 games this year.
All right, Brooklyn Nets. Speaking of Kyrie, just going right over there. So Brooklyn Nets, they're projected 44. KD most likely is out the whole year. I wouldn't play him, although they athletes naturally heal from Achilles injuries a lot faster nowadays. But it wouldn't put it past me that he be sprinting by the All-Star break. But you got to protect that investment, and you got it for 2 more years, and then an option. So he's not playing. But yeah, 44.5.
I hope KD listen to me like Zeke did. Listen to me like Melvin Gordon did.
Oh boy.
Don't come back this year, man. It's just not worth it. I want to see you be in that conversation with, top 5, 10 guys of all time. And you're at the point right now where he still has some time left in his prime.
Yeah.
And to make his legacy and playing with Kyrie for the next
because he's 30.
Next 4 to 5 years.
I think he could 32. I think
he could really impact his legacy with these next couple of years, and it's just not worth it. You're not going to win anything this year because they're going to be in the East. They might they got a chance, but we've seen Kyrie can't carry a team by himself. It is what it is. Should have stayed Batman in Cleveland a little bit longer. And then their other big pickup was DeAndre Jordan. Now DeAndre Jordan is a major third guy.
He's a great role player.
He's a great third guy to have if you have other shooters and scorers around you.
Because he ain't going to get you he'll get you a few alley-oops.
He's going to get you a few buckets.
Don't put him on the free throw line.
Don't put him on the free throw line. And he's not, he's not your number 2 guy on the championship team, I should say.
No, he's nobody's number 2.
Well,
If he's your number
in
2,
Brooklyn.
then you're not going anywhere.
He's he's probably not the number 2 option in Brooklyn.
He's. I don't think he was never number 2. I don't think at all. So, all right, now we're gonna go transition over to.
Oh, y'all hear that? That's my daughter. Sorry. I'm gonna call you back, Mama.
Okay, I guess it's me and you guys then. All right, I'm going to go to Milwaukee at 57.
She heard us talking about sports. She trying to talk about sports, bro.
Okay, well we got people.
I'm gonna call you back, Mama. Bye bye.
All right, we're almost done. All right, 57 wins for Milwaukee. I think that sounds about right. Maybe a little bit under, but 56 wins sounds about right.
Milwaukee, Giannis.
Oh, I forgot they got Kyle Korver too.
Well, that is important, but Malcolm
Wesley.
Brogdon leaving, problem. Mirotic leaving, problem. Pau Gasol leaving, not a problem.
Powell's not the player he was 10 years ago.
But I do think, and now we're talking regular season basketball here, but if teams go into that game trying to trying to really game plan against the Bucks and get wins, I don't think they get 57 wins this year. Just because we saw the blueprint of how to contest them and how to make them beatable. When you isolate Giannis, make him become a scorer, and then live with what those other guys do, they're not as good a team when you build that wall and don't let him get out in transition. So I got one in the West or the East this year.
What you got?
We're about to get to them in a little bit. Not those guys.
Okay, I'm about to say because I got the Knicks pulled up right now. So the Knicks, they're over and under 25. They finished with 17 wins last year. I think R.J. Barrett's gonna have a better career than Zion. That's just me. I think it's perfect for him. New York, the New York market, they need a big star. But then they got Julius Randle. That's the best you guys got. Like,
hey, we're not gonna disrespect Julius Randle, but
well, here's my thing.
He can't be your best player on your team.
No, and my thing with Julius is I'm obviously a Lakers fan, and to see what Julius always did too much. He wanted to be the guy, and I think it was post Kobe. He just wanted to be the guy, but he's not, and he wants to. I think he looks at LeBron, somebody that's around his size, and he wants to be able to do what LeBron does, and be able to handle the ball like a KD and this and that. But that's not him. Sometimes you just gotta stay in your lane and know your role. But
I will say he's super skilled.
He is.
We're not gonna do,
but
for his size, his skill set is
yes.
is a lot better than a lot of guys his size.
Yes, but he's not a ball handler. He's not like his shot got a lot better, but he's not a step back shooter. And I think I'm so turned off by him because I saw how he just got the rebound and just went coast to coast. Like,
he was young too when he was.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Hopefully in New York he learns to control, because when you think of
me telling you he's a decent player is not telling you that they're gonna get more than 25 wins.
I give him 30.
I don't.
I give him about 30.
And
it's obtainable in the
East.
East.
I'm going to shoot Zion some bail here. I think Zion has a better start to his career because he'll be playing with better players around him than what R.J. Barrett has in New York. R.J. Barrett, they're going to ask a lot from him. He's going to come in and have to kind of be one of the guys, if not the guy.
I forgot they got Brandon Ingram in New Orleans. He was another person I never really liked either.
Brandon Ingram's another one of those guys. Like, I feel like he's always high, though.
He's just... Do you know he's never scored more than 17 points in a game?
That can't be true.
College, too. Look it up.
That can't be true. He's too
Look
skilled.
it up. Look it up.
I thought he was going to be like a second coming to a KD or somebody like that with his size and length. Pause.
Yeah, I'm not really... I'm not a Brandon Ingram fan. But, I mean, I give New York about 30 wins. But... All right, finishing off
Philly.
We'll
my pick
Philly.
to win the East,
which really surprised me. Al Horford. I didn't think that Al would go to a system that It's gonna be interesting to see how they work that out, because you got two big men in the middle that both. I mean, Al Horford get down there and bang. Joel, he likes to sometimes shoot threes, and Ben Simmons is not gonna do what we've seen on some of these videos on Instagram and playing with people from 24-hour fitness and stuff. He's not. No.
Sleepy.
And he's another one. I think there was a stat that he's never made a three or something like that, or
he doesn't even shoot threes in the game.
He don't shoot. Period.
Yo, I don't care how many shots he takes from outside 3-point land this year.
He's gifted. I give you that.
But they got a chance to put out a lineup that's 6'10" at the point guard, 6'8" at the 2 guard, 6'9" at the 3, 6'10" at the 4, and 7'1". Can you imagine having to play against a lineup where everybody's 6'8", 6'9" or above? That's going to be tough, especially come playoff basketball. Nobody wants to see that. And good luck to Giannis trying to do that Euro step from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Good luck. But that's my pick to win the East this year. I think they matured. They got a year older, and sometimes that means a lot when you get a year older.
One last one, Miami with Jimmy Butler now, which I don't know why. If you're trying to get a ring, I know you may want to be the guy and you want to have your own team, and Miami's very attractive, and you're good friends with D Wade, and you said, "Oh, okay, I can have that. That could be me."
Yeah,
but
Ingram scored 36, bro. I knew that wasn't
you're
real.
You're not a
17. I gotta look that up though. That's
when
hilarious.
is that? When was that, Ryan? It might have been early college or high school or something like that, but I don't know. He's trash.
That's in the league, bro.
It was in the league? No, it wasn't in the league. That must have been later on in the league after I heard that stat. But
must have been yesterday at Oprah
or something. I don't know. All right, so Miami over under 43.
I'm not talking about the Heat until.
Not talking about the Heat?
No, they're gonna be trash.
I give the Heat about 45.
I like Tyler Hero though.
Yeah,
he's a young bucket. I like him.
I get a Heat about 45.
I don't like them winning. I don't like them being in the top 4 of the East.
Yeah.
That's it. He closed the laptop.
That's a wrap.
All right, man. Thanks, y'all, for watching us. January 19, 2019.
Hey, Ryan. Whose side are you on, man?
Versus Philly against my pick.
See, that was after I heard that fact.
You was going to say that regardless.
It was. It was. And it's probably his only time, too.
We appreciate y'all for watching us, man. Until next time.
Peace.
We out. Where it says finish? Sorry, Ryan. He doesn't know how to finish.
Pause. Well, we just gotta put that.